Sawadika, this is your host, Kusuma Yothasmut. Welcome to Thailand Today. Iodine is an essential element for humans. Nearly a third of the global population has inadequate iodine intake and is at risk. Iodine deficiency has been largely eliminated in the developed countries, but some countries in Asia, including Thailand, still face a challenge with regard to iodine deficiency disorders or IDD. That is the world's most prevalent cause of brain damage on a positive side. Thailand has iodine supplementation and monitoring programs. What is the situation concerning iodine deficiency? And how is the country's health officials are handling it? Thailand Today will have the answer for you. With me today is Minister of Public Health, Professor Rachata Nawin, who will keep us abreast of the current situation as the country will mark the National Iodine Day on June 25th. He will also brief us about the measures to monitor and control MERS virus. Please welcome Minister of Public Health, Professor Dr. Rachata Nawin. Thank you very much for being here. I know you're a very busy person.
Yes, well, I'm pleased to be here with you tonight.
But the importance of the iodine in Thailand is still that important, sir?
Yes, it hasn't been eliminated. It's still a major public health problem of our country.
So that means that only domestically, the city or outskirts or the countryside needed?
It's throughout the country.
Throughout the country needed that, yes. So actually, I'm sure because some may not understand even what is iodine.
Right. Iodine is the element which is the important constituent of an important hormone, which is called thyroid hormone.
All right.
The thyroid gland situates at our neck, and it produces thyroid hormone. Thyroid hormone is important because it regulates human development and also brain and central nervous system function, and regulates the functions of every organ in our body. And the human brain needs thyroid hormone for its growth and development since conception, and go on until 2 or 3 years of age.
Yes.
It hasn't been fully developed until then. So all the developing process needs thyroid hormone. If we deprive of thyroid hormone, the growth and development of our brain will be adversely affected. And since iodine is the important constituent of thyroid hormone, if we lack iodine in such a way that we deprive of thyroid hormone, then it will adversely affect our brain or cognitive function.
Yes. So what is the current situation of with regard to IEDD in Thailand?
Iodine deficiency has been present for decades in our countries, and there's been an attempt to try to eliminate it. But we have been so far successful to a certain degree, but not to the degree that we can say that we have now eliminated iodine deficiency.
Yes.
So we have many indicators to provide us with the information as to the status of iodine deficiency. The first indicator is the goiter, which is present in the on the neck, which is the thyroid enlargement. But this indicator is not very good indicators because it needs to be big enough to be visible, to be palpated, so that we can say that this child or this man or woman have iodine deficiency. So we change to other indicators which is more sensitive, which is the urinary level of iodine.
Oh, we can check with that now.
Yes, and we can measure urine iodine level in the most important population which we wouldn't like them to have iodine deficiency, which is reproductive age women and pregnant women.
Oh.
You know why? Because if pregnant women deprive of iodine to a certain degree that they have thyroid hormone deficiency, the fetus or the baby in the womb will also have
affected
the
deficiency.
Low iodine, and it will affect their brains. So pregnant women is a primary target that we need to make sure that they have sufficient iodine nutrition, so that it will not affect the fetus in their wombs. This is the first indicators that we need to measure. So we need to measure whether or not urine iodine levels in the pregnant women is sufficient
to check on that.
Indicates the enough iodine nutrition. This is one thing.
Yes.
Right. And another thing is that we need to also monitor the use of iodized salt in the household. We aim that every household should have at least 90% of a household should have iodized salt for consumption. This is another indicator. Over 90% of a household should have iodized salt for human consumption. And another indicator is that we then look to the quality of iodized salt.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Another point,
that
yes.
It's not only that iodized salt is available, but whether or not the quality is good enough.
Yes.
So we look into the quality of the iodized salts also. Right now, the Ministry of Public Health has issued the ministerial notification that the content of iodine in the iodized salt should be not less than 20 parts per million and not more than 40 million parts per million. So we should monitor these salt qualities. So this is another good indicators whether or not the population will have enough iodine.
Yes.
And then we need to monitor. We need to monitor the changes in the urinary iodine level. We need to monitor salt quality, and also we need to make available this information to the public, and we need public awareness of the importance of iodine. And because people, it's hard for them to understand that if you deprive of iodine, it will affect your brain.
Yes.
Because it's something that is not visible.
Yeah, that's right.
Unlike goiter. Goiter or enlargement
out.
of thyroid hormone is easily visible. But goiter is not any of the things that will affect your brain. But the deficiency of thyroid hormone from iodine deficiency will adversely affect the brain. Irreversible, because right now we have the data to support it that the iodine deficiency is the most frequent cause of brain dysfunction, which is very regrettable because it's totally preventable.
Yes, that's right. So when you say that, it's quite earlier you were saying that there's a good news that you're trying to, it has been released for a while. Today it's been dropping off some time. That means that people are more educated on that, because I'm sure because of people from the countryside wouldn't be able to get to know that.
So that is our job to educate them, to make the information available.
How do you
through,
convey the message to them?
Since childhood, we have the cooperation with teachers in the schools to teach them the importance of iodine, and also we train our health volunteers in the villages for them to get to know the importance of iodine. And right now, our Ministry of Public Health have a new project which is called Family Doctor.
Family doctor?
Family doctor team, family care team.
Yes.
And these the groups of our public health workers from the level of Tambon or the the smallest sub-district of our country. They go out to deliver health care to the people, to the household.
Very good.
And every dimensions of health that they delivers, like health promotion, prevention, or if somebody needs curative dimension, then probably needs to give them medications or refer them to higher level of the hospitals that we have in our public health hierarchy. We have hospitals from primary care hospital to secondary care to tertiary care hospitals. So our family care team will also deliver knowledge and also to make sure that people we have enough iodine, that you should use iodine salt at home. And another important thing is that right now we know that our pregnant women still have a chance of iodine deficiency. So we give every single mother a capsule of iodine every day.
Whatever they like it or not.
During pregnancy. Up until 6 months after birth. That we provide them free of charge. So as to make sure that they will have enough iodine nutrition.
Is that expensive?
No, we give it free of charge. It's our general pharmaceutical organization can produce it in our country.
Your Excellency was mentioning that the household, but the project has been how long? It's been created, the project, the doctor, home doctor or something?
The family doctors has just been initiated this year when I took office.
Yes.
But the attempt to eliminate iodine deficiency has been ongoing for many years. And the most important development for this project is to the setting up of the national committee to oversee the control of iodine deficiency, which is graciously chaired by Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn. The princess took a great interest in elimination of iodine deficiency. She has in-depth knowledge of this problem, and she tried to support and tried to help us correct the deficiency as much as possible. And this is a very important year, as you know, the year that we commemorate her 60 years anniversary. So it's all the more important that we need to make this iodine project work in most effective ways, and to as a dedication to Her Royal Highness.
The Royal Highness, yes. And also the marking of the National Iodine Day, which is every June of this month.
Right. On the 25th of June, we it's a Iodine National Day.
Yes.
We have this day in order for the public health to become more aware of the importance of iodine deficiency. So in this day we have many activities, like the exhibition, like maybe some conferences. Maybe we invited celebrities, to participate in persuading or giving public knowledge of iodine deficiency. And this year is very important because it's 14 years because the
Commemorate
year
of
of her
the
Royal Highness 60th
yes.
birthday. So we have 2 days conferences and it will be full of activities.
Yes. So how about in ASEAN, our ASEAN region?
In ASEAN regions, it's the same problems.
Yeah. Maybe even worse?
Countries like Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, the Philippines, Indonesia, they're all the same. They have the same problem of iodine deficiency.
Very interesting to know this about the iodine, but I still have good feeling of your the way you're handling it, and you
we try
seriously
very hard try to get it under control. We need to eliminate, and so with the national committee chaired by Her Royal Highness, with the strategies for implementation, with monitoring and surveillance, with the public education and continuous putting our grip on the problems, I think it will one day we can declare Thailand is free of iodine deficiency.
Wish you all the best for that, sir.
Thank
but
you.
then now we know about more or less about IDD. How about MERS?
MERS,
What is the situation now? It seems to be quiet down.
You know, MERS is a Middle East respiratory
Syndrome.
Problems, which is originated from Middle East countries like Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. The patients will have the problems of fever and difficulty in breathing, dyspnea or difficulty in breathing, and then resulting in pneumonia and death. So far, the countries that's been reported to have MERS virus, or the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, is about 24 countries. 24? And most recently, it has spread to South Korea.
South Korea, closer to us.
Not only closer, but the Thai people visit South Korea very often.
Yeah, they like it.
But the South Korean peoples also visit Thailand also.
Yes.
Twice as much than we do. So that's why the public become
aware
of or have some apprehension about getting the infection. But let me tell you this: the MERS virus is the same type of virus or the same family as the SARS virus.
Yes, sir.
But the SARS virus, which have the spread a few years before, the SARS virus is more easily to get infected. So the MERS virus is less easily get infected to the people. And in South Korea, where the patients get the infection, is now confined only in the 5 hospitals in South Korea. It hasn't yet come out to the public.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So right now, what we do is that we should not be complacent, even though we know that it's not that highly contagious when compared to SARS virus, but we put our guard on very strongly. That means that our surveillance system is important. We need to monitor those incoming visitors from abroad in any port of entry, like the airports or the seaports or lands connection, that we need to, anybody who come from infected areas, we need to make sure that they don't have fever. And if they do, then we're going to take them to the hospitals and to isolate them, and also to quarantine the people that have been close to them or have been in contact with these patients. And we will quarantine them for a period of 14 days, which is the incubation period of MERS virus.
It seems that this coming year is the Thai Muslim traveling to Saudi Arabia for
right.
for
Yes,
visit.
for,
So
for
what is the measure
to Mecca. This is
Yes.
Yearly. Our Thai Muslim people will visit Mecca for for religious
ceremony, yes,
purpose.
pilgrimage, yes.
Pilgrimage, yes. And we have provided our Thai Muslim people with a very good health precautions. That means that every single visitors to Mecca to Mecca will be have the body checkup, health checkup before whether or not they are healthy enough.
Okay.
If they don't, then we try to correct the
They need
situation.
vaccination.
And then we give them 2 shots of vaccine.
Very
The first shot is the influenza vaccine. Another shot is the vaccine for meningococemia. Another bacterial infection that will have the high chance of affecting those pilgrimage to Mecca. And then, not only that, we send our team of doctors and nurses to Mecca. Yeah, we rented the place, and each time we have about 40 medical personnel from our medical public health throughout the period of the Hajj ceremony. And then once they come back, we follow them up for another 14 days to make sure that they're still free of infection. And we have been doing this for many years already, and the result was very satisfactory, that there has been a reduction in the death rates of those going to Mecca, and also a reduction in the infection rates.
Oh, very interesting, and actually there's a lot more, Your Excellency, to know about the
in addition, we have to prepare our hospitals also. In hospitals of in every province, we have a precaution, a negative pressure room to isolate those who are infected. And we instruct our healthcare personnel to don the proper clothes, protective clothes.
It was like a mask, like a
masks,
yes.
And the hat and the masks and gloves, and they have to wear it in the proper manner also. And also we need to have a very rapid diagnosis, so that's why we have a very effective laboratory in 14 laboratories throughout the countries. It can make diagnosis within 8 hours, so that we know whether or not the patients got infection or not, so that we can take care of them more properly.
So the people need no panic.
They shouldn't be panicked, but they shouldn't be complacent. They should observe their hygiene as much as possible. They should, wash their hands frequently before each meal. They should eat hot meal. They should use the spoons, separately from other people, and also should avoid going to the crowded people if they are not feeling very well, or they are not healthy, or they have some chronic problems like diabetes mellitus, or some lung disease, or pregnant women.
So we have to be very special care. So this is a very good advice from the Minister of Public Health, and we need you to come back, sir, for more information, because Public Health have been doing so much for the people. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Thailand Today would like to thank Professor Dr. ChtะNavin, our Public Minister, who spent his valuable time informing us of what is happening these days. So thank you very much for being here once again, sir. So Thailand Today would like to say goodbye, and then see you tomorrow then. Both of you will say goodbye, sir. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ